Hey guys, I wanted to talk about acting in Hollywood. I'm gonna see if I can position this camera a little better. Alright, yeah, okay, I think it's a little better. Yeah, I wanted to talk about acting in Hollywood and how it's getting me really depressed because I pursued acting. I think I've talked about this on the podcast that I had with April. I was a theater arts major in college, but it all started in junior high when I was probably 11 or 12 and I had to do an essay in Spanish class. So in Spanish class we had to write this essay, and then we had the choice of either reading in front of class or we had the choice of speaking to a tape recorder and then playing what we recorded in class. So I chose the latter because I was terrified of speaking in front of people. And it just, I guess not bragging, but I guess my accent was so good that I got accused of having somebody to do it for me, and just the hell that rained down upon me, especially in junior high, because junior high you're insecure about everything. So that's just like another thing just added to be insecure about how people think I'm a liar and a phony and, you know, blah blah blah. So it really bothered me for a while. I'm like, God, I really need to get over this fear of speaking in front of people. So flash forward to about a year later, my best friend has a crush on this guy and she asked me to volunteer with her at this drama festival. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I go and I volunteer and I really love it, like the monologue competitions and the scene competitions, and I'm looking at this the actors and I'm like, you know what, this is probably, like, they're so confident they can speak in front of people. This is probably a way that I can deal with being able to speak in front of people. So I did it. I went to performing arts school after junior high and I got into acting as well as other segments of the performing arts. But I really feel like I owe so much to acting because I wouldn't be able to really, I wouldn't probably be able to make this tape, I'm calling it tape, this video, had it not been for acting to get me out of my shell and to start speaking in front of people. And of course, you know, if I have to do plays or if I have to sing or perform whatever, I do get nervous, but I mean, there was a point in time I just would not be able to do it without freezing up. So yeah, I mean, public speaking I think is the #1 greatest fear. I mean, like, more than heights, more than spiders, it's like public speaking. So I really owe a lot to acting. So when I was in you know, when I'm being a teacher, when I lived in Taiwan for 2 years and being in teacher training, I noticed a lot of people that had theater arts experience or were used to getting up and speaking in front of people thrive far much more than people that didn't. And yeah, I think it's a really good skill to have. It's good, you know, public speaking, being able to speak, and it's a really good skill to have. So I don't knock it for that. Flash forward to the future, more to the future. You know, doing plays in high school and then in college. I really, you know, when you do plays, there's a lot of research involved, there's a lot of psychology involved. So for me, it really stimulated my intellectual side. So if I was doing a character, if anybody's doing a character, you have to do, like, depending on the time period, you have to research the time period. So you get to know a lot about history. You know, if I was playing somebody that was blind, I'd have to make certain distinctions. Was this person blind all their life, or were they blind just recently? That would depend, you know, so you would play that character, like, if you were blind all of your life, then you would probably have an easier way of getting around things, right? But if you were just recently blind, you would probably stumble more, and maybe you'd be have more resentment, and, you know, I mean, there's a lot of layers. You know, there's like impediment work and working with accents, and you learn about your body and your physicality. I mean, to me, it was just incredibly fascinating. So when people look at actors on TV, I look at, or movies, and especially since this last election, I totally get it, because now they're being portrayed as this really narcissistic, like, detached people, which they are. I'm not gonna lie, but I think that it's just very disheartening to me, because my view of acting is a very altruistic form. You're supposed to put yourself into another person's shoes, and by the time you come out of it, you're supposed to be a different person. You're supposed to have a better view of humanity and be closer to humanity, and also in ways with my personal problems, it's been very cathartic for me. So sometimes you're in a play and you attach to a certain character, it can help you work your own issues out. And there are people that have you know, I've done plays with, even if I don't like them. It's weird, we have this weird bond because we've done a play together to this day, right? So it's an incredibly bonding experience, knowing that you can be creative and expressing yourself. It can be a very beautiful, non-selfish, altruistic thing, especially too if you're working on a production, you know, even transferring not only to stage but to film. Film is like an orgy of just creative compilation, right? Because you have music, you have music, you have art, you have vision, sound, story, acting, you have all the coming into one thing. And you know, a lot of people are sweating blood and tears and putting their blood and tears into this project to finally see it come to fruition. So you know, the thing about Hollywood is that they've taken this beautiful thing and they've inverted it. Like, you know, it's a business, so there's a lot of money involved, and when insane amounts of money is involved, of course there's going to be corruption. But they know. But I think too, a lot of people in LA, being born and raised in LA and just sitting back and watching a lot of this happen, they know that people are coming to LA, leaving their support systems behind, leaving their family and friends behind. And there are going to be more, no matter how smart you are, no matter how savvy you are, if you're leaving all that behind, you don't have a support system, you're going to have moments of vulnerability, and there are going to be people that are sitting there waiting to grab you, to grab that person. So I thank God that I had my family and friends there. I think that's one of the reasons I didn't get lost and go down any crazy roads. But there are literally people in like Scientology, people in porn, people in like drug dealers that are just waiting to catch new blood, new people, new virgins, you know, and grab them into their lair. So I don't think that acting was intended to be this way, but also you have the element of idol worship. So a lot of people, you know, once you become a certain celebrity status, they're used to promote like makeup products, and which are bad for the skin. I should do one just on makeup and how that affects people, but those type of products, and you're being used to promote political agendas. And especially it hasn't shown more. I mean, it's really come out during this past election where people that I used to admire, I can't even look at the same way again, because they've just been so hypocritical and so dismissive and just be shown the ugliest parts of themselves. Like Meryl Streep, I think she's a phenomenal actress, but she's definitely like showed her horror colors. Like I cannot look at her the same ever again. So I just think that Hollywood gives actors a bad name. It shouldn't be like this. I think that I like the fact that when I watch foreign films, I can really just get drawn into the actor and not know who he's sleeping with, who he had, like how many people they had sex with, who, like their personal life. I don't even care about anything. I just want to watch a good movie with a good story and be done with it. So I still, you know, I'm not really acting now, but I don't know if I ever will again, but I do need creative outlets because I'm a creative person, so I love doing these videos. It really helps me to express myself. I think as a creative, you do need that self-expression, and that is healthy, but I think that there are aspects too where it can become so narcissistic. If you don't have a balance, then you draw drama, you make drama up in your life around you and other people so you can feed off of that energy, and that's unhealthy, and I try not to do that. So anyway, I think that's it. The sun's going down. I'm about to get blacker than my shirt right now. So I'm gonna cut it off right here. I might do a continuation because I know that there's more stuff that I want to say. But anyway, peace, truth, and love you guys. Bye. Mwah.